Cloudy, welcome back to the channel. You ain't checked me out, make sure you checking out all my videos. You probably missed out on something, you know what I'm saying? Today, we got a video from Everything Always. Avengers Doomsday is a mess. The hell do you mean by that?
Okay, so the first rumblings actually come last week in a story we did not cover here at the channel when fellow YouTuber John Campea indicated he was hearing something that wasn't all good with Avengers Doomsday. That in fact, while they thought that they had nailed the movie during principal photography and pickup photography, that while they were on the editing table and as he put it, they were struggling to find the film. The magic that they thought they were capturing through the original part of filming on Avengers Doomsday.
The hell you mean y'all struggling to find a film? Y'all said this is coming out 2027, December 18th, bro. It's 2027, and we a few months. We a few months away from that date, bro. We better not be hearing that this is gonna be delayed, postponed, bro. Cause all the little stuff we've been hearing, it made it seem like they had a full script already.
Simply wasn't there in the editing room. Now he followed that up less than an Avengers Doomsday film. The magic that they thought they were capturing through the original part of filming on Avengers Doomsday simply wasn't there in the editing room. Now, he followed that up less than a day later and said that a different source of his had actually replied to him in regards to this and said that's not what he had heard. That's where we pick up with this latest article, and coming from the editorial The World of Real under the headline Marvel's Avengers Doomsday reportedly a mess in the edit after shooting without a finished script and packing in 60 plus rolls, where they go on to say, quote, "A few months ago I was told by a top source of mine, the same one who told me that the Blade movie had been scrapped, that Avengers Doomsday was a mess, which had led many people internal."
So is this confirmed that the Blade movie is no longer going to be popping up, bro? Because you remember I was saying in one of my past videos, bro, like I said, go check them out, bro. Watch every single one, bro, and share it with your homies, too. But I was saying in my past video that I think Blade just might, Marshall Ali's Blade, just might make his debut in the Midnight Suns movie or TV show. I'm not sure if they're doing a movie or TV show for Midnight Suns, but I think he might make his debut in that.
To wonder whether or not it could make its intended December 18th, 2026 release date. That same source reached out to me again this week after John Campea reported on.
But did I say 2027, bro? I'm tripping. I am tripping. I feel like it's 2027 already. That's how you know I want this.
The post-production process for Avengers Doomsday was not going well, with editors struggling to assemble the behemoth of a film. The gist of Campea's source was that directors Joe and Anthony Russo weren't finding the movie in the edit. Apparently, when they shot the movie, everything felt great, everything looked great, but now that they're in editing, they're discovering some issues. My source tells me that there is indeed friction in the editing room, but then the news ends on not such a bad note. They finish by saying, but that they'll figure it out, and any doubt about making the December 18th release date has evaporated. Marvel is bullish on the date, despite doing...
Wait. I gotta make sure I hear those words right.
They finish by saying, but that they'll figure it out, and any doubt about making the December 18th release date has evaporated. Marvel is bullish on the date, despite Dune Part 3 opening on the same day. Okay.
So is he saying they for sure gonna release it December 18th? There's no doubt about that. So, I guess, you know, because I'm pretty sure, you know, every movie company, so they go through these issues and stuff, but they probably just don't let the fans know that they're going through them at the moment they're going through them, you know what I'm saying? So maybe this is just Disney and Marvel being open with us, you know what I'm saying? Letting us know, like, hey, we going through some issues right now, you know what I'm saying? We need some ideas. Throw some ideas down in the comments, you know what I'm saying? Maybe that's the reason why they doing that. Like, maybe they hoping the fans will throw some ideas at them or something like that, and they be like, hey, I saw a comment. I said, you know, something about this. Let's see what, you know. Let's see if that work out. You feel me? Maybe that's the reason why they letting it be known. You know, or maybe, like I said, they just letting us know what's going on, trying to make sure they ain't keep no secrets. Make sure we on this journey with them. You know what I'm saying? Which I would appreciate. You feel me? But if it's not that, that means that this movie, bro, they didn't finish the script, and they probably not even halfway in the script. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they saying this is a huge movie. Ain't no telling where the half-point mark is, you know? They could be putting a lot of pressure on themselves that they really don't need to. They probably got something really good, and they probably overthink.
Campea coming out and saying what he did wasn't quite enough for us to panic just yet. Neither was this article, although they do indicate that maybe things aren't going as well as planned. We do know 100% for sure, it was confirmed by those filming on Avengers Doomsday that when they started principal photography, the script wasn't done. And if we've learned anything from the missteps that Marvel Studios made along the multiverse saga, it's when they didn't have finished scripts or felt the need to continuously rewrite films like Multiverse of Madness and Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania that made for messy edits in what otherwise could have been good films. And as I've said, it's actually a testament to the writers on those movies, like Michael Waldron and Jeff Loveness, the two guys who were initially tapped to write Avengers: Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars. It's a testament that their stories were able to make it through that much watering down, because we know that reportedly Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness went through about 20 to 21 different rewrites, and it still was a very decent movie. But neither Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness or Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania were as good of movies as they could have been, as they probably were at some time before the entire Marvel process got in the way. And while Marvel Studios and Kevin Feige refer to this process as plussing, there are only so many writers and directors that truly know how to work in that process and still produce what is an amazing film.
See, I told y'all, bro, they might be just putting a lot of pressure on themselves when they really don't need to. They probably have something good already and they overthinking it. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, with a movie this big, you really can't blame them, bro. This movie can't flop. This is going to be the movie. This and Spider-Man, you know what I'm saying, are going to be two movies that's going to, like, bring the MCU back or push the MCU down. You know what I'm saying? It really is, or at least that's how they feel, other people feel about the movie. Because I'm not going to lie, bro, I'm going to keep watching Marvel no matter what, bro. I love superheroes and villains, bro. Like, that's just me, you know what I'm saying? But I will have some critiques to make if Avengers Doomsday is bad, bro. Because I really feel like Avengers Doomsday should be one of the best movies they make, bro. That and Secret Wars, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, the Mutant Saga, I'm already biased. I think the Mutant Saga is going to be good no matter what, bro. Like, I have a feeling like there's no way they can fail in the Mutant Saga, you know what I'm saying? It's really just like these movies right here is going to keep people watching for the next saga, you know what I'm saying? So they really trying to make sure this shit, you know, buttoned up all the way, you know? You can't blame them. But that overthinking can hurt you too, you know? So it's like, I wish they could just like show us the script, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, what y'all think about the script? The script good, but then I'll be showing the movie, you know? So it's like, damn. Let me see it.
Two guys that couldn't do it with Infinity War and Avengers Endgame are struggling here again with Avengers Doomsday. Well, then that just tells me that really, if they couldn't do it, maybe nobody could. And that's what brings us back to what the article goes on to say, in their opinion, is the main problem, and it's probably the truth. It's not just having an unfinished script that can lead to a messy film. It's not just having a bunch of people involved who didn't write the original script.
Am I the only? Because I ain't the only one, bro. I know y'all be watching these superhero movies too, and y'all be like thinking about it, like, what if that was you playing that character, you know, with the powers and all that stuff, like you know what I'm saying, like you putting yourself in their shoes and all that, like, yeah, I'm the one with the powers going out, make your own little small storyline in your head, you know what I'm saying, bro? I'm not the only one. I'll be doing that with video games too.
On set and trying to rewrite the movie while you shoot it, that can lead to a messy film. It's not just having what's probably the most ambitious superhero ensemble ever put together for one movie that can lead to a messy film. It's not just introducing a major villain, none other than Doctor Doom, who's already been cast as the actor that's so familiar for playing the most famous hero in the MCU, or the fact that at the same time they're trying to live up to Infinity War and Avengers Endgame, they're also trying to drastically make something different and avoid just repeating the two films that could lead to a messier film than it needed to be, as they were crafting their art in a way that specifically avoids art they've already made. But when you add in all of those factors together and then multiply them times the pressure of having to stick the landing just so they can make sure Doomsday is a great run-up to Avengers Secret Wars, because let's face it, if the first one doesn't land, it's definitely going to negatively impact Secret Wars, then that's probably where you're hearing the friction is coming in. It would be difficult to make this movie in post-production, even if everything was going as smooth as they had hoped, even if the principal photography really did capture the story they were trying to tell. A lot of different people working through the edit, trying to figure out what the best cut of the film is, knowing that there's an impending deadline that at this point is just about a half year away. But the fact that they didn't get exactly what they needed, it could surely make for some friction, and you have to
consider, if they are going to delay, they better tell us now, bro. Like, it's okay. it's not okay, but it's okay. I'll have delayed projects before, so it's kind of expected a little bit, you know. But let us know right now. We don't want to get close to the date, and then as soon as it hit December, y'all like, look, y'all, we can't do this. At least y'all got Spider-Man.
Sources are, what they're saying, and what they're being told. If it's the opinion of just one or two people or a lot of people behind the scenes, it's the same.
Leave a like on the video. My video
like with
and
every
everything
Marvel movie
always
that's come out during the multiverse saga. Whether it's a huge mainstream Hollywood editorial running a hit piece weeks before one of their movies hits theaters, or someone who claims to have seen a test screening absolutely trashing the movie while it can't defend itself, it always seems
this is why
like
y'all need to let me.
This
is why y'all need to let me see the movie, bro. Because I'm not gonna just call it trash. You know, I'm not gonna get on the internet and call it trash. I'm gonna tell you guys personally that the shit is trash. Let me see the movie, bro. I'll let y'all know what need to be done, bro. Let me see invite me over to see this movie.
That want to bring up some of the drama behind the scenes at any Marvel movie and any chance they get before the movie hits theaters to drum up negative conversation. Bro. And sometimes some of this can be true, but just because there's some friction in behind the scenes on a major movie like this doesn't necessarily mean that there's really anything to just here and they're having a hard time editing a movie that seems like it would be impossible to edit in the first place. Now, to be fair, I think we need to at least mention that earlier in the year there were some... I don't even think
it's impossible to edit. I think they just like, bro, we don't feel like editing. Because I'm not going to lie, bro. And I know it's a lot of y'all over here that might be content creators, you know what I'm saying, on the come up. Bro, be honest, bro. Y'all can probably feel this too. When you make a video, it's fun making content. The worst part be the editing, bro. You be like, damn, I wish I could just like have magic powers to get this edited and upload the video. You know what I'm saying? The editing process be the hardest part, especially when you edit a video and you try to save it and it don't save. You gotta find ways to make more space. And then when you see you do got space to save the video, it's just your technology is tripping. You know what I'm saying? You have technical issues. And then when you do save the video, you end up realizing you saved it, but then take something out. So you gotta go, bro. It's a lot with that, bro. He edited it this at least like 46 times, bro. And every single time we finish with it, we find out we missed something, or we gotta change something because a color is off, or a sound is off, or there was a sound in the background we did. We need a break.
First Avengers Doomsday internal pre-screeners at Marvel, and it was said amongst the top brass they were praising it as one of the best Marvel films ever. But that doesn't really mean a lot, because we've heard a lot of executives speak, especially at the top level. A lot of these studios promise this or that about an upcoming film. Sometimes that stuff tracks, and sometimes it's complete nonsense. In this case, though, there were at least some positive things that were said, and so you have to take both sides. What I will say is you don't need this kind of news, though, to still know they have their work cut out for them. And I think there is at least a factual conversation that can be based in what happens to Avengers Secret Wars if Avengers Doomsday doesn't do well. And look, by every metric in the world, Avengers Doomsday has been tracking as the #1 movie this year. Yes, ahead of Dune, ahead of Spider-Man Brand New Day, ahead of The Odyssey, ahead of them all. And with everything that's been going on with The Odyssey here as of late, I'm going to be real eager to see that movie myself. I rather liked Oppenheimer.
Y'all going to go see The Odyssey?
Obviously, some real negative discourse surrounding the movie right now with some choices that Christopher Nolan made. Can't wait to see Odyssey, but it's not going to be Doomsday. Neither is Spider-Man. Neither is really the two of them coming out at once and a re-release of Avengers Endgame with new footage. None of it is going to be the fanfare and the hype that Doomsday is going to be. People are going to see it. There is going to be a huge box office. But what matters more than just the box office numbers for the first 2 or 3 weeks is what the fandom actually thinks and what they're saying about it in the wake of the film's release a month or 2.
The only reason why, this is my question, because some of y'all might know this. You feel me? Does the box office include? Does it only include the ticket sales at the movie theater, or does it also include people who buy it online, or people who might see a grainy version of it online? You know what I'm saying? Like on a movie site or something. Does it include all of that, or just the movie theater ticket sale? You know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know, bro. Or is it some depending on how many what people are commenting on Rotten Tomatoes? What is it all You know what I mean? Let me know.
It's after that. And if the movie does it right and the buzz is super hot and everybody's super primed for Avengers Secret Wars, then Marvel is back and they're headed into an even bigger event as they close out the multiverse saga, which, let's face it, hasn't been perfect. But if Doomsday somehow misses a beat, if they truly can't find the edit, what they give us is a messy film that's almost 3 hours long of struggling to develop Doctor Doom, struggling to develop the plot and actually sell it, and then struggling to reconcile all of the characters, the dialogue, into something meaningful, then that is going to be not only a bummer for Doomsday, again, the numbers will be there. It'll be a super bummer for Avengers Secret Wars, no matter what they do on Disney Plus between now and then. There's no other Marvel movies. There's no opportunity for them to get the hype back. Doomsday has to land in order for Avengers Secret Wars to be even bigger. Not at the box office, but with the fans. The critics can hate it, but if we all love it, we being me and the people who watch channels like mine on YouTube, then it's going to be enough to carry this. And Marvel is back, and at a time where they're now casting the X-Men, looking forward to the multiverse saga ending and the mutant saga behind it, and getting ready for those new films, franchises, and characters, they cannot afford for Avengers Doomsday to be a bloated, messy installment of a franchise that's otherwise been impeccable.
This is why I'm a little afraid. Like, bro, if y'all need to delay it, tell us now, bro. Don't push it out just because y'all trying to stay on schedule. Like, I understand y'all don't want to let down fans by delaying the project, but if y'all got to delay it to make sure the project is good because y'all see it might not be by the time y'all put it out, then delay it, bro. This is a big movie for y'all franchise, bro. Y'all gotta land with this. Y'all gotta land, bro. Y'all let me know in the comments based on what we just heard, but y'all think they gonna delay this project? And if they do delay this project, do y'all think we gonna get something in place of it, like another movie or a TV series or something like that? Let me know in the comments.